Hey pillars, and welcome back to another weight loss video. Now this is an update video regarding my weight loss on the bike. So I've gone from 242 pounds to 196 pounds in the time span of 4 months. So I went from 110 kilograms down to my current weight, which is 88 kilograms. And I want to explain what I've been doing on the bike, off the bike, my thought process regarding tackling this weight loss, and just my overall thoughts of the current process and how I want to reach my previous peak form and even surpass that in terms of fitness on the bike. So let's jump right into it. So before I go into my thoughts and what's been working and what's not been working, I want to show myself 4 months ago. So that was at 242 pounds on the left, 110 kilograms. And then right now my current weight, which I took this picture yesterday, so 196 pounds, 88 kilograms. I just want to show you the big differences I see right now with 46 pounds loss. So you can see my thighs. I am a bottom heavy person, meaning when I gain weight, it is the bottom region that usually holds it. Now for reference, I'm 6'2", 188 centimeters. So I would say at this weight, I do hold the weight pretty well for my frame, but anything bigger, I think I would start, showing it a lot more. But you can see my thigh gap from left to right. On the right, which is my current weight, a lot more separation, even around my armpit region. My arms are visibly skinnier. Even on my hands, the veins are starting to show more where before you couldn't really see it. My midsection is getting a little bit more toned. I would say one of the key big differences I see is my face and also around my back and my neck region. I'm just a lot more toned now than I was before. And if we look at the side profile, me on the left, you can see my stomach is out, my arms are a lot bigger, but you can see that my butt region is a lot bigger than it currently is. So like I said, I am very bottom heavy, so I do carry the weight well, like I said, for my frame. But in terms of performance on the bike, weight is weight, whether you hold it evenly all around your body or in one concentrated area. It's not enjoyable to ride with whatsoever. So having this weight, 46 pounds loss, we will go into how that's affecting my bike riding, but I just want to say that it feels night and day. The biggest thing I want to know is just overall for life quality day to day, my knees just feel so much better. My confidence obviously has gone up and I'm just more eager to get on the bike. So now I want to get to my thoughts of what have I been doing day to day to really do this transformation. And this is only an update. I'm pretty much halfway where I want to be from my target goal. Now, one of the first things I want to note when it comes to weight loss is you kind of have to be goal oriented or have a reason why you're doing it. Now, usually the common reason would just want to be living a healthy lifestyle. Maybe you have too much weight, it's hurting your knees, it's hurting your back, you're not performing well on the bike. So there are reasons that are very common among cyclists of why we do want to lose weight. But it all starts from, a realization of, hey, I need to do something because I want to be better, whether that's to be healthier or just better on the bike. Like, you want to get better. So for me, it was just realizing that, hey, I love cycling. Past circumstances in the last year and a half have made it where, I kind of gave, that peak cycling mindset up. And when I moved to Antalya, Turkey, and saw the mountains and the training, I just really doubled down. I was like, no, I want to ride these mountains. I want to be fit. I want to be healthy. Let's get a goal going and let's work towards that. So I feel like that's basically your first step, is just identifying the reason why and then sticking to it. So every day you can make active decisions and that move forward for your goals. So I think just the mindset has to be there as to what are you doing it for. Now, in terms of the actual workouts I have been doing on the bike, they differ, and I don't want to get into it too much because for everyone, it's going to be different in terms of what their goals are. So whether you're doing tempo workouts, over-unders, sweet spot, just endurance, or just even spinning the legs, it all depends on your previous experience on the bike, your current goals, or what your real objective is. Is it to build some fitness because you are doing group rides? Is it just for weight loss specifically? So it all depends. But I'll say for myself, it's really been just trying to obviously lose as much weight as fast as possible because I want to ride primarily outside. But the mountains, I learned, are so grueling from Georgia that when I came to Turkey, Antalya, I knew that it would not be worthwhile to ride in the mountains. And now I can hear people saying, well, you could just ride flat routes, and I understand that. But for me, I just really wanted to enjoy my rides. And also, not only do I have things to do in my personal life, just for time management, I found what always works for me when it comes to cutting weight and the efficiency of that is Zwift. So I have Zwift playing right now in the background, but Zwift is such a good tool. Hashtag not sponsored by Zwift, but I've been using Zwift since basically the inception of it, which was back in I think 2015, 2016 when it was released from the public from beta. But I love Zwift just because it's so efficient. I have my trainer back here. I can hop on. Just the whole setup time of getting all my stuff on is a lot easier than making sure my tires are pumped. Everything's, double checked on my bike for safety, making sure I leave like my area. Like, it's so much more efficient in that regard for weight loss. So I love Zwifting. Usually rides can last anywhere between 45 minutes to 2 hours, but what you have to know is it has to be a gradual increase. You'll burn yourself out if all of a sudden you're just riding 2 hours on the trainer. And obviously if you're on the trainer too, it's a lot harder than riding outside, because the trainer just is very grueling and boring. But for me, I really do strive on the trainer. Now, I've made videos in the past explaining why, for longevity reasons, the trainer is tough, but I think that also reverts back to what I was saying before about having goals. So if there's a goal behind the trainer, I feel like it's easier to be motivated to go onto the trainer. I also want to note, when it comes to the trainer, you do have to understand that the trainer can only get you so much. There's other skills in cycling like descending, pack handling, pace lines, power, sprinting. There's so many other disciplines of cycling that you just can't get on the trainer. So that's why being on the road is very important if you want to be a better road cyclist. Now, Zwifting and e-racing has all taken off, but when it comes for me, after this big weight loss transformation, my goal is going to be training primarily on the road and then doing strong efforts uninterrupted, where I don't have to worry about traffic or concentration. Will be done indoors or when the weather's not permissible to ride outside. So I also use Zwift as a very good training tool, but I feel for weight loss, I feel like it's such a good base that you shouldn't really have to worry about outside as much, because just there's so many factors that, if you go outside and you are bigger. I remember going outside and it was just so hot. That doesn't mean I haven't ridden outside, just to the extent it's like you have to worry about heat, and then you have to worry about hydration. And when you're indoors, you control the heat. If you have AC on and you have a good fan, then you have to worry about overheating. Water consumption, you can fill up your bottles really easily. So I really love indoor training, at least for the beginning of the initial weight loss. So as I was saying before, in terms of the workouts, it really depends on what you want to do, but I'd say a good start that I would love to give to everyone as a tip is basic endurance. Is a good way to start. Now, that all depends on your FTP of where you currently are, your functional threshold power, meaning how much power can you put in an hour, and then figuring out your zones from there for endurance pace. So I might make a more in-depth video about that, but endurance is a great way to start just the weight loss process. And I think for most cyclists, everyone should work on their endurance, especially long endurance eventually. But I just want to show my bike right now for anyone that's interested in cycling for weight loss. You want a decent bike, a 105 group set. Doesn't have to be disc brake. Rim brake is still okay. I'm riding with the rim brakes, and you should be aiming for around a $1,500, $2,000 bike. So it's a good solid bike. Now, when you factor in a trainer, it adds up, but I still think the convenience factor of having an indoor trainer set up with a bike that you can ride outside, especially when you get fitter, is just so much better than the gym. But I digress. Now, I want to note, while I have some videos of me cycling outside, I do have a video where I show myself cycling up a mountain, 5% gradient. Haven't done it in a long time, and I just wanted to test my weight loss of 46 pounds. So I'll play that video right now, and I'll share my thoughts in real times of the weight loss.
Hey, Peddlers. Didn't think I'd be making this video, but with 45 pounds down, really testing my body, my fitness, seeing how the weight loss is helping me ride, and I'm telling you, I'm crushing these mountains. It's only gonna get better. It's insane. It's so beautiful, so warm, low traffic. I absolutely love it. I feel so blessed.
So clearly from that video, I was in awe, because 46 pounds, it feels completely night and day climbing up mountains versus when I was heavy. So I remember the feeling. I remember how hard it was. I remember the first time I was climbing mountains in Georgia, I was having to stop because it was so hard. But 46 pounds lighter, it's a lot easier. Didn't stop once. Didn't want to do the full route just because I wasn't planning. I was just testing my legs. But eventually that will come, and I'm very excited for that. Very pumped, very motivated. But now in terms of, this is kind of like just a jump start of things that you can implement. So I think riding at least an hour a day, most people can get that going. In terms of indoors, outdoors, that's for you to decide. I would suggest if you're in North America, obviously you can't just get up and go and move to a hot country. So indoor setup for winter is a must in my opinion. And then going into the nutrition and hydration side, I think in terms of food, I don't want to do a big in-depth right now because this is an update, but you want to be looking for, and I've always said this on my channel, whole foods, meaning simple foods that your body can digest. To name a few: potatoes, rice, sweet potato, even simple breads. Like, these are just solid foods that you can implement, mix and match with different dishes. Lots of veggies, lots of fruit, lean meats if you do eat meat, or lean fish as well. Like, these are common sense stuff that if you do implement it, you're not eating highly processed frozen foods, greasy foods, fatty foods. That's where my train of thought goes when it comes to nutrition, and obviously it works for me, and I will continue to implement that system for myself because I feel the best on that. You want foods that are easily digestible because you don't want to feel just heavy on the bike. So I learned that from running as well. You do want to have a light stomach at the beginning of your ride, or if you ride in the morning. And then I usually aim for heavier stuff, like let's say pasta. You don't want it necessarily, I don't like to have pasta, I like having it around lunchtime, but you don't want it right before bed. So I think timing of meals also impacts the digestion of the foods. So it really depends on your stomach and how you digest stuff. But the simple and more whole food an item can be, that's how I think of it. Now, some people get very technical in terms of raw foods, and I don't want to get into that, but I think just simple foods is the way to go. But my biggest tip when it comes to weight loss is very much the mindset. Now, all the other things will come with due time and due trial and error. I think weighing yourself is important also to keep track of what you're doing on the bike and off the bike is working. So I have a regimen of weighing myself once a week on Mondays, just to see the weight loss process. But I don't think you should be doing it every day, for example. I think that kind of defeats the purpose of just keeping yourself accountable rather than being very fixated on, because you obviously should just be living your life, making smart choices on the bike in terms of getting that time in, and then just checking your weight accordingly. So I do want to note that also. But overall, I want to say that the mindset is basically the foundation of everything. There was times when I started this journey 4 months ago, I would get on the bike and just be super discouraged because I remember of how I used to look before, and I have it on screen, and I'd be like, well, how did it get so bad? Or bad because I don't think, it's not a definite thing. I can definitely get back that physique. And that's what I kept telling myself. And you have to be your biggest motivator, your biggest cheerleader in terms of telling yourself, no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get this ride done. And then when it's done, you feel great. And then you can do it again and again. And it's that being able to replicate that exercise, that mindset, that discipline over and over again, that's going to get you to your goal. So I think, yet again, mindset is the foundation. Discipline, showing up every day is very important, and just having a reason why you're doing it. For me, one of my biggest goals going forward is just I want to be as fit as possible on the bike. I want to see if I can do some racing over here in Turkey eventually, and if not, just to do some beautiful long distance rides here. So I never know what the future holds me. I didn't even think I would be in Turkey right now in my life, but here I am living in beautiful Turkey, Antalya. So you never know, but I think with goals, I don't really see any downside of this goal as being as fit as I can on the bike. So I just wanted to make this update video because I know a lot of people find value with these videos, and it does serve as encouragement because I'm basically in the situation of trying to lose weight as well. And even though I thought in the past I've reached peak fitness and would sustain it, things happen, life happens, and eventually you got to just ask yourself, is this how it's going to be, or can I change it? And if the answer is you can change it, then you can definitely change it. You know what I mean? So never get discouraged, never feel like it's done. You just got to set goals, got to stay consistent, and just keep pushing, keep pedaling, keep on pedaling. So I'll leave it there. I will be doing another update video if you guys do like these videos, but I think I don't want to just be redundant with it. So I'll be sharing more outdoor riding hopefully soon. Then again, winter is coming here. I don't know how cold necessarily will be because, I just went swimming in September. So I don't think it's going to be that cold during winter. So, definitely could ride. I think so. But I haven't done a full winter here. So I have to see how the temperature is. But, just a lot more content coming. I'm really excited that, with the fitness coming and the fact that I can make content here all year is just very incredible, very blessed, and I want to provide the best cycling content that I can to you guys. So I appreciate everyone watching. If you are on a weight loss journey with cycling, comment down below, share your tips and tricks that has been working, and I'll leave it there. So like this video, subscribe to the channel, and until the next one, keep on pedaling.